Hi there. Want to take control of your finances and stop wondering where your money went? You're in the right place. Today we're talking about budgeting. A simple yet powerful way to manage your money wisely. Think of a budget as your personal money map. It helps you know where your money is going and how to make it work for you. Whether you're saving for something big or just trying to avoid the end-of-the-month struggle, this video will help you get started. And trust me, it's easier and way more fun than you think. So grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's dive in. But before we jump into how to create a budget, let's start with the basics. What exactly is a budget, and why do you even need one? What exactly is a budget? Simply put, a budget is a plan for how you'll spend your money each month. Think of it like giving every dollar a job. Some dollars will go toward bills, some toward fun stuff, and some toward savings. And you might be wondering, why is a budget so important? Well, without one, it's easy to overspend and find yourself in financial stress. A budget puts you in control, making sure your money works for you instead of the other way around. Okay, now that we know why budgeting is important, let me show you one of the simplest budgeting methods that works for almost everyone. The 50-30-20 rule. One of the simplest ways to start budgeting is the 50-30-20 rule. It's easy to remember and works for almost everyone. Here's how it goes. 50% of your income goes to needs, rent, groceries, bills, and transportation. 30% goes to wants, dining out, Netflix, shopping, or hobbies. And 20% goes to savings and debt payments, building an emergency fund, paying off credit cards, or investing. Think of it like a pizza. Half is for things you absolutely need. A few slices are for the fun stuff, and you always save a piece for later. But before you can apply this rule, you need to figure out where your money is actually going. So let's talk about how to track your spending next. Before we start budgeting, we need to track our spending. For the next month, write down every single purchase. Yes, even that $3 coffee or impulse online buy. Use a notebook, a budgeting app, or even a spreadsheet. At the end of the month, review your spending and you'll probably notice some patterns. For example, are you spending too much on takeout? Do you have unused subscriptions draining your wallet? And most importantly, are you saving enough? This step is like diagnosing a problem before treating it. Once you know where your money is going, you can decide where to make changes. Now that you have a clear picture of your finances, let's move on to the 3 simple steps to creating your own budget. Now that we know where your money goes, let's create your budget. Here's a super simple 3-step process. 1. List your income. This means adding up all the money you make in a month, including salary, side hustles, etc. 2. List your expenses by writing down all your bills, savings goals, and spending categories. 3. Adjust to make it work by trimming non-essential expenses if your total expenses exceed your income. Of course, budgeting isn't about perfection, it's about balance. So keep it realistic and flexible. And speaking of trimming expenses, let's talk about some easy ways to cut unnecessary spending, but without feeling deprived. Nobody likes to cut spending, but here's a secret. Small changes add up fast. So here are some easy ways to save without feeling deprived. 1. Cancel unused subscriptions. Do you really need 3 streaming services? 2. Eat at home more. Cooking 1 extra meal per week can save $50 or more. 3. Use cash instead of cards. It's harder to overspend when you physically see money leaving your hands. And my favorite tip? Wait 24 hours before making an impulse purchase. Most of the time, you won't even want it the next day. But saving money isn't just about cutting expenses. It's also about making sure your savings grow automatically. So let's talk about how to set up automated savings next. Saving money should be effortless, right? That's where automation comes in. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings every payday. Even if it's just $20 over time, it really adds up. You won't even miss it. Think of it like setting your money on autopilot. Less stress, more savings. But let's be real. Sticking to a budget can feel tough sometimes. So let's go over some tricks to make budgeting easy and enjoyable. The truth is, budgets can sometimes feel too strict. But here's the trick. Make room for fun so you don't feel like you're depriving yourself. First, give yourself fun money, an amount you can spend guilt-free on anything you love. Next, celebrate small wins. Did you save an extra $50 this month? Treat yourself to something small. And finally, be flexible. Some months will be harder than others. Adjust when needed, but don't give up. Now that we've covered how to make budgeting enjoyable, let's quickly go over some common mistakes to avoid. Even the best budgeters make mistakes. Here's how to avoid these common traps. First, being too strict. It's tempting to cut out all unnecessary spending, but trying to eliminate fun completely can backfire. Instead, find a balance that allows you to enjoy life while staying on track. Otherwise, you might end up feeling deprived and abandoning your budget altogether. Then, not tracking expenses. A budget only works if you know where your money is going. Without tracking, small purchases can add up quickly, making it harder to stay within your limits. This is why staying aware of your spending habits is key to long-term success. Finally, giving up after a bad month. Life happens, and unexpected expenses or overspending once in a while doesn't mean you failed. Rather than feeling discouraged, see it as a learning opportunity. Adjust, refocus, and keep moving forward. And remember, small improvements add up over time, and budgeting is a journey, not a one-time thing. Now that you know what not to do, let's wrap up with your next steps and how to take action today. Alright, now you have the tools. But knowledge isn't enough. The key is taking action today. First, start small. Track your expenses this month. Begin by paying attention to where your money is going and jotting it down. Tracking your spending will help you make more informed, conscious decisions about how you manage your finances. Next, make a plan. Now that you have a clearer picture of where your money is going, write down your income and expenses. Break down your spending into categories. This will give you a roadmap for better managing your money. Then, take control. Adjust your budget as needed. If something isn't working or you're spending more than planned, make changes. Stay committed and stick with it. Flexibility is key too, so keep refining your approach. And don't forget, even the smallest effort today can make a big difference in your future. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and share with someone who could use these tips. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more content that will help you take control of your finances.